You're gonna get a dog t-shirt and hair up kind of day because it's been a day, but it's been a good day. So I just asked Desiraye if she wanted me to post, and she said she did. So I know she was live a little bit. I know it looks like somebody was talking on Reddit. She said already about it. I do want to say that the new order said that Desiraye and Drew cannot post about the case. So Drew then was like, all the parties, like, I don't think he understands the legal term of what a party is. So the parties are the people named in the court action, whatever that is. In this case, it's the parents and the child. Those are the parties. When I'm appointed in a case, I'm a party to the case. Like, it's just so if you've been in enough legal proceedings, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. For example, I'm not a party to this case. Arlita's not. None of those people are. I was running late because traffic coming from Southwest Washington is always terrible into Portland, but court was running late, so that's great. Drew's sister Jolene was there. His mom was there. Arlita was there. The partners were all there. The whole half of that side of the courtroom was full of family, which is crazy because it's Drew's family, yet they were there supporting Desiraye, which is sad, honestly. So the biggest thing is that the order says very clearly, I should have had it up so that I could read the specific language. Let me see if I can get it really quickly. And the judge said very quickly, so, or she said to Drew, she reads this after she types it. Let me just read what it says. The court finds Mr. Jenkins' failure to comply with the court's temporary orders as described above as willful. And when she said that, she said, that means you did it intentionally. He denied it, and it was kind of too late to talk at that point. She was typing the order, so it's not a time to have comments, but then that gave the judge an opportunity to explain to him what intentional meant. So I would say, based off of how I've seen that judge, that was probably about, she was probably about 80% as miffed as she can be. I'm sure we could see her more upset, but she was not happy. Court started late. Drew obviously was there. He was also on the phone in the hall after court started. And then eventually he popped his head in. He said something like, I need a minute. And he took like a good 10 minutes, maybe even more than that. He came in. He never took his hat or hoodie off. The judge didn't make him. And basically he was complaining about how he was supposed to be somewhere else today. That doesn't go over well when you say that to a judge when you're also scheduled to be there today. So at one point she said to him, you can't have your phone out in court unless has something to do with the case. He said something like, it's my manager, or I'm checking on my manager because remember I'm supposed to be somewhere today. She just was sort of like, you're supposed to be here. So she also emphasized that he put Desiraye as the lowest, or Desireye's parenting time as the lowest priority. She said that it needs to be the top priority. So it was mostly good news. The only thing we could have asked for maybe is a little more time. So basically the date of the visits has changed. Desiraye gets to see him by herself. Drew has to drop him off for his visit. Can't stay. She also gets to decide where and what, I think even what time. I can't remember if it's supposed to be a specific time or not. Also, the plans have to be set 48 hours in advance. He needs to respond to communications from Desiraye promptly. I think she said, I can't remember how prompt she said, but I know it says 48 hours is when the plans need to be firmed up. So Monday, basically, Desiraye will get a visit. And then August 1st, she gets him for an entire weekend. So I think, if I remember right, it's a Friday. So she'll get him from Friday, August 1st until Monday, the 1st or the 4th, I think. I think that's right. Yes, starting Friday, August 1st until Monday, August 4th at 9 a.m. And then she'll pick him up. So she'll be in control of picking him up and then bringing him back. And then Drew has to let her know 24 hours before that where he's going to be so that she knows where to pick him up and drop him off. And then that's going to happen basically every other weekend. So she'll have him for a weekend. Then the following weekend, she would have him for her Monday time. Then the next weekend, she would have that weekend repeated. It says the rotation will continue until further court order or unless they agree in writing. So she's very clear in this order that Deshawn is not allowed to choose whether he attends parenting time or not. He is not allowed to be in the driver's seat on the issue, as Mr. Jenkins has suggested that he thinks Deshawn needs to be. So he needs to respond to all text messages or calls at the same day to Desiraye. So what happens if he violates it? If he violates it, she said that it says the court will make court time available on an expedited basis to address those concerns. So let's say like August 1st, she can't pick up Deshawn. They won't let her. Well, then she calls the attorney and tells the attorney, and then the attorney would call the clerk and schedule a time. And then you're really angering the judge even more. So also Drew, her patience for Drew was pretty shot today. She said that the judge said she will have to make a decision about who will be the legal parent, or not the legal parent, the legal custodian of Deshawn. And she said, who has been the primary parent definitely is taken into consideration. But then she said, so are a bunch of other things. What is most important is who is basically the parent that's going to make sure all the things are getting done, including that the other parent gets their time, that they're going to school, that they're going to the doctor. All of those things need to be getting done. So she pretty much implied that if Drew doesn't knock it off, he's going to lose his, she might have even said that he will lose his right to be in the legal custodian of this child. And then it will become Desiraye. And then, anyway, the judge said Drew needs to make sure that Desiraye is listed as the second parent with the school. So it's really good. It's really exciting. Super exciting. My only fear is that this isn't going to happen. I'm just really worried. I'm sure Desiraye is too. I'm sure she is too. But if this can work, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. I'm still really suspicious that at some point Drew's just not going to pick him up again. And then it's the end of this. And, you know, that we already know he's already said how he feels about parenting this child, and that he'll just not come back one day and then she'll just be the parent by default. I really suspect that's going to happen. But I also know that there's a lot of fight coming, especially from Stephanie. If she continues to put pressure on Drew to fight, how difficult is this situation going to get for her? So kind of like last time when we were in court and we were all excited that she finally was going to get visits on Sunday, and then those didn't happen. He definitely got handed to this time. The judge was not thrilled with him at all. But I'm just worried that this is still not going to work, that she's going to have to keep having the attorney file motions. This is going to take 3 or 4 more months, and then it's going to take help from the attorney. So that's a whole other thing, though. I don't want to like cloud the good news of today with that. Let's worry about that if we need to worry about that. So basically, she's got a visit coming up Monday. So she'll have Monday the 21st. I'm pretty sure then she has the 28th, and then that Friday will be her first weekend. So basically it gives her 2 little short visits with him, and then he'll get to go stay the night. So that gives him a chance to be less concerned about her and spending time with her. So it's great news. It's so for everybody who's been supporting and hopeful, this is definitely the right direction. It's not quite as cut and dry as everybody hoped, but that's just, we're getting there. We're getting there. And if he messes this up, it's going to go right back to the judge. Like right now, there's nothing else scheduled. They are going to set a trial date just in case. But at this point, therapy, I forgot. Family systems therapy is ordered. That's 3 people. That's Drew, Desiraye, and Deshawn. But it's really up to the therapist how she wants to do it. She might want all of them. She might want the parents. She might want it to be just Deshawn. She might want it to be Desiraye and Deshawn. The therapist gets to decide how she's doing that. But Drew actually said, he's like, do I have to do that? And the judge said, yes, that's why I just explained it to you and ordered you to do that. Her patience for him was gone. So it's all good news. Again, the only thing that would have been better potentially is if we just went straight to 50-50 time. But that Friday to Monday is pretty close to 50-50. And again, we're trying to warm him up to it because he's just really getting messaging that she's not safe. So I think this is an okay plan. So everybody be happy for her and excited. And this is a very good thing, finally.
Y'all, so I had to leave the house early today, so I couldn't keep up with the favorite court case that I want to keep up with. Like I told you, I was so excited last night I could barely sleep. Then when I did get to sleep, I got up and all I could think about was, what's going on in court today? What's going on in court today? So you guys know earlier I asked for an update, but I didn't get a chance to get to that update before I made it back home. So now I'm back home and I was checking things, and it looks like, even though it may not seem like, Des has won, you guys. Yes, she has won. Like, the 50-50 thing to somebody that doesn't even want to do any percent is a win to me. Like, I'm telling you, I commend her, because the mother in her just kept saying she didn't want to uproot her child. She didn't want to take him away from the family that he knows. But they were giving her every reason to. But finally, we came across the judge, and when I say judge was fed up, I thought Drew wasn't going to make it to court today, but he did in his same old weird Drew fashion. He did. Like, dude, you really called these people and asked them, can you not be there because you had job training for a court date that you already knew? If it was important enough to you, you would have made time for your child. But now, not only when you take this kid to the visit that you have to take him to, or you're not gonna see him anymore. But you guys, oh my goodness, Steph is crashing out over there. I know she's crashing out. Not only does he have to take this child to the visit, but he has to leave. So there's no more of sending the spies to the visit, because guess what? You got to go. You can't be there either, sir. So, oh yeah, oh man, if I was a fly on that motel, hotel, whatever, if I was a fly on the wall of the place of the flies with all the stuff they got going on over there, if I was just one little insect inside of that area, because I don't even know whether to call it a house, hotel, shelter, motel, I don't know what it is, but if I was an insect on that wall, I'm willing to bet you these people are having the day that they have been deserving over there. I am so, I'm not going to listen to anybody. My man was in that courtroom too, and if I'm going to listen to anybody, it'll be him. Well, listen to him as he tells you, sweetheart, y'all lost. Y'all lost. It's over with for you. Mwah. Smooches.